guys, welcome back to our channel. And this video I'm gonna show you an experiment about how you can make your own soap. For this you'll need multani mitti, batik apricot, and face wash of besan, and some water and a bowl to do your experiment in. First, pour some water. When you pour some water, now we'll take this. Pour this in the shampoo. After this, then we will add a spoon and stir it. Stir well till you see some soapy pieces coming out, and if it doesn't, then put more of biotique in it. Okay, scrub. You must make sure that it is gone while stirring. We've mixed it up. Now we'll take the multani mitti After pouring the multani mitti, we're gonna stir the multani mitti till it becomes this color, and if it doesn't, add more of multani mitti, just one more drop, and stir. And stir it quite well. Stir it. Then take the face wash of besan and add it. You will see white lines. Now you will stir it. Stir till you don't see the Now add some more water. And stir. Now we will take the mixture, get up from our place, go to the kitchen, open the freezer, and keep it in the freezer here. Then some ice from the ice maker and put it in. We'll take 4 cubes of ice and put it in our mixture. You can take a ow, one fell. We'll put now 5. We've put 5. Now we'll close it. We'll put the fridge in 2.3 degrees and put it in 19.3 degrees. Now wait for 20 minutes. So guys, till the time we wait, we're gonna hear some stories. So let's hear some stories. Now open a bag, take out a story writing book in which I write my stories. We're gonna come back to the room where we are sitting. I'm gonna sit. Now I'm gonna tell you some stories. Okay. The first story is A Love for a Diary. So let's hear that story. Once there lived a man named Ranval who had made a fabulous diary. Anyone who looked at it had the day made lucky. Ranval took super care of the diary because everyone was in it to steal it and because it was the only one in the world. So one day, Ranval's cornfield was going pop-a-doodle. It wasn't supposed to happen, but the diary saved him. It was magical, so he named it Pop Music Diary. The end. Now let's see the next story. The Arrogant Princess. Once there lived a king named Prashant. His son Ritesh was the crown prince. After getting his son married with the princess of Losteno Casito, he died and his son became the king and his wife Loreto Micalio became the queen. Married Nala Casito, princess of Camembert Island, and she became the second queen. Queen Loreto was kind-hearted and good, while Nala was exactly the opposite. Right, she was selfish and arrogant. Nala was very jealous of Loreto because she was praised more than her and because King Ritesh had married her first. So she always kept trying hard to make Ritesh attracted to her, but he always told her that they both were equal to him. Not like one was more and one was less. But she never agreed to this and kept on trying. One day, Loreto gave birth to a baby girl and she named her Sarah. But in the naming ceremony, Nala cunningly changed the name into Estelo Micalio and Loreto was disappointed. But to her surprise, she saw Nala was treating her daughter like a slave. She thought of a plan and got the idea instantly. After a few days, Nala gave birth to a baby boy and named him Sarayu. And the same day, Loreto dressed up as a ninja and kidnapped Sarayu, took him to a house and locked him up in chains. Sarayu was unable to do anything because he was just born and didn't have a birth ceremony. 5 years passed and Nala kept crying and searching for Sarayu, but was unable to find him. Sadly, she died, and Sarayu somehow managed to escape, but was killed by the robbers, and Loreto saved her daughter. Let's see the next story. Let's hear this story, the 4 rupees. Once upon a time, there lived a grocery shopkeeper named Hemant. He and his old mother Kolam were very poor. They had a kind-hearted customer named Kriya. She would come daily to buy grocery and she did not take credit. One day, his mother was very sad because he was earning a bad name being a grocery shopkeeper. So she did not talk to him and remained sad. And Kriya did happen to notice this. On Mother's Day, Kriya saw Hemant sad. But she smiled like if she was having a secret. How much is the tomato? Asked Kriya. 4, replied Hemant. Here are 4, said Kriya, giving 4 Mother's Day cards instead of 4 rupees and ran away. Hemant did not shout but gave the cards to his mom and she was very happy. Let's hear the next story. Okay, let's hear this story. Mysterious Power. Once upon a time, there was a young girl named Julieta. When she was 16 years old, she married King Anmol one day. King Anmol and Julieta had a daughter named Prishti. Prishti was very loving and kind. One day, King Anmol went to a dark forest by himself. Suddenly, he saw a witch named Blinda. She chased him and ran very fast. Soon he reached the end of the cliff. She stopped chasing him and said, "If you fulfill my request, I'll let you go. If you're gonna have to be ready for death." King Anmol was shocked. He thought about it and agreed. "So, when you arrive at the palace, you have to give me the first thing you touch. Is that a deal, King?" "I hope so." King Anmol thought again and said, I agree. So, I'll come to pick up my things tomorrow, King." Okay, Blinda," King Anmol said. The next moment, he was at the palace. His 5-year-old Prishti came running to him and hugged him. When she went to her room, he started to cry. Julieta asked him why he was crying and told her everything. Let her go, then we will see if she is friendly." "It is for our kingdom," said Julieta. The king nodded nervously. The next day, the witch came there and took the child and disappeared from there. The next moment, Prishti saw herself and the witch in a dark cave. Prishti saw herself and the witch in a dark cave. They went further to see a witch house. As soon as they stepped in, Blinda thundered, "Your name from now on will be Blisteria and you will be my maid." Poor Prishti could breathe. After a few years, Blisteria was 16 years old and the witch said she would be wed to the evil monk named Koschei. Blisteria became angry and shouted, "How can I, you ugly brat? I'm a princess, not a nun. How dare you call me ugly? I'm as pretty as a rose. I curse you that you will live in an abandoned house and whoever comes to you, you will do him no good." And next moment, she was at a house far, far away. What could she do? So she stayed and died there. So guys, this was the story. Let's see the other story. Kat's story. Let's see this one. Once upon a time, there was a king who had 2 wives. The mean one's name was Radha. The innocent one's name was Dorothy. One day, Dorothy gave birth to a little girl. She kept her name Selina. Oh no, but Radha cunningly named her Kat instead of Selina at the naming ceremony. Dorothy became sad. One day, Dorothy became ill and died. When Kat was only 5 years old, Radha made Kat her maid. When Kat was 21 years, Radha said that she would be wed to a poor woodcutter. Kat became angry and argued. but Raita won't budge. Soon they were wed. One day, Kat gave birth to two girls. Elder one's name was Rupa and the younger one's name was Veera. With Kat's kindness, the fairies decided to bring her children and her to fairyland. Few years later, a fairy told them that they had to move to a safe immediately because another witch land was going to war with them. So they went to the safe and shivered hard. The land in which Kat lived was defeated and the other won. The next day, the king of the other witch land came to the safe and saw her. He asked her if she and her children would join him. She said no. He became angry with rage and cursed her that she would become a dairy. Her daughter Rupa would become a lock and the other daughter Veera would become a key. So the king took them in his hands and threw them into earth in an unknown village in Turkey. There they cried as no one picked them up. One day, a kind woman saw them and took them home. She gave them to her daughter Satriya. She took them and kept them in her drawer. Many years later, Kat became old and was near to death. She thought and carved a wooden vehicle, named it Kat, and happily died. When everyone sees this, they remember Kat. Okay guys, so let's check if our mixture of baby soap is ready or not. Oh yes, it's ready. I mean, it's still not ready yet. See guys, it's still not ready. To keep it in a fridge for some more time. Till that time, I'll share you more stories. So let's take a look at another story. And that story's name is Noise Pollution. Once, a boy named Clint was blowing firecrackers, and his father said, "Son, don't blow the firecrackers. They cause noise pollution." "What is noise pollution, Dad?" "I'll tell you later." After a few days, it was Clint's birthday, and he was going to be 6 years old. After the grand birthday party, he opened all the gifts given to him. The best gift given to him was the DJ disco box. He put batteries in the remote and put the DJ disco box volume to max. What loud music! Clint, his father shouted. "Do you know how harmful noise pollution is?" "No, Dad," said Clint. "It is harmful for humans and animals." "Okay, Dad," said Clint, and he stopped playing it in high volume. Now I'm going to tell you a story of 5 spoons of sugar. Okay, let's hear this. Once lived a forgetful girl named Ria. One day, her mother called out to her, "Ria, could you get some groceries from the grocery stores?" "I'll give you a list I prepared. Come downstairs." And what was Ria doing? Yeah, Ria was in a room doing craft. She didn't want to go outside because it was super hot. For a few minutes, she pretended she did not hear her. "Ria!" This time her father shouted, "Didn't you hear your mother calling out to you?" "No, Dad, I couldn't hear properly as I was upstairs." She said, "Oh really? How do you come downstairs for dinner when I call?"